If you guys want a really fun and cheap way to get yourself some FIFA coins, then check out FIFA Jackpot in the description down below. What you can do is you can open these crazy packs, get some crazy players, and get some crazy coins. If you want to do so, remember to use discount code KURT5 for 5% off. Boom! If you guys are looking to pick yourself up some cheap Microsoft points, PSN cards for the new team this season coming out soon, check out g2a.com. Also, if you want to get some cheap PC games, they're perfect for it. Check the links in the description down below. Cheap for Football Manager, CSGO, and all that great stuff. What's up, guys? Curtis here, and welcome to a brand new FIFA 15 completed transfers episode. Today we have a pretty bumper episode. There's a lot of big money signings going on at the moment. I think we have 15 players in this episode. So before we get stuck into it, if you guys could smash that like button, that'd be absolutely amazing. If we get 750 likes, that'd be great. Takes a lot of time to put these together, so please do smash that like button and sub if you are new around here. So first up, we have Toby Alderweireld. This guy is I'm a big fan of him, so I'm very sad to see him go to Tottenham. He was an interesting player for Atletico Madrid. He's had a fantastic season for Southampton, and he's going to be very interesting to see how him and Vertonghen line up. Of course, they spent a few years at Ajax together, and they've played in the Belgian back line. I think Tottenham might have a bit of a better defence next year. Next up, we have Bakkali. This one is a very interesting one. This guy was such a high prospect. People absolutely banged on about him. And then he was basically banished by the club to the youth team. So it's going to be interesting again to see how he gets on. Now that he's going to Spain to get a fresh start, 1.4 million is a great signing. He could be a very good player in years to come. Next up is Etienne Capoue. And this is a player that EA have actually already done the transfer on to Ultimate Team with. 3.25 million Watford paid for him, which is a club record fee. I personally think, again, it'll be a very good signing. He had a very good time over in France and could be one of those players that Watford have bought in a few and could make a big difference. Next up, we speak of the next player Watford have bought in, and that is Jose Holebas. This is a player, again, I'm really happy that he's got a transfer to the Premier League. He's a fun player to use on Ultimate Team. I think he had 5-star skills a few years ago as well. 85 pace, a good silver, 1.8 mil for Watford. They're spending big money, and it's what you need to do to stay in the Premier League. Should be very exciting to see. Next up, I think his name's Cuco Martina. He plays for he comes from Cuenca, or literally a country I've never heard of. But he's got 77 pace for a centre-back, silver for Southampton. He's going to be a very fun player. I couldn't find what the fee was, but I don't think it was too much. He'll be amazing in Ultimate Team. Don't know how he'll do in real life. Next up, we have Jose Mauri, and he is signed for AC Milan from Parma. Obviously, Parma have gone down the drain. It's been a free transfer here to AC Milan. Very exciting looking player. He started the season with just a 57 rated card. He's up to 70 rating already on head-to-head, with potential of 84, I think, so he's going to be very fun indeed. Next up, we have Nanny, who signed for Fenerbahce. A great signing for 4.25 million, in my opinion. Although he's quite inconsistent, he still is a very good player, and on his day, he can be absolutely amazing. Again, a lot of big players going to Turkey at the moment. It's going to be very fun to use some of these Turkish squads, because finally, we're actually going to have good players to use. Next up, we have Andre Pirlo, a player that's actually already been confirmed and got his move in FIFA already, but an undisclosed fee. I saw around 700k, but I'm not really sure how much he's gone for. But a move to New York City FC, very interesting one. It's a shame to see him leave Juve after the few years he's had there, but a very exciting player for the MLS, and it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on. Next up, we have Bryan Ruiz. This guy has, again, another undisclosed one, and it was really confusing. Basically, they've put a buyback release clause in his contract of 60 million euros, which is incredible for Ruiz. But Fulham, however much they've got, I'm sure will be happy with it. And it'll be money that they can spend to try and get themselves back out the Championship into the Premier League. Next up, we have Kevin Trapp. He's moved from, I think it's Eintracht Frankfurt, or one of those German clubs, to PSG. A great signing for PSG, a good, solid backup keeper. He's had 2 great years in the Bundesliga, and for 6.5 mil, a very, very good player to have indeed, and I'm sure he will get better as years go on, and he'll be a good understudy to Salvatore Sirigu, sort of player that you need. Next up is Arda Turan, and this is such an odd deal from Atletico Madrid to Barca. Now, Barca have a transfer ban. They can't buy players, and there's also a clause in this deal that if Atletico Madrid want to buy him back by the 24th of July, they can do so for 90% of that 24 million fee. Such a weird deal, and I don't really know why they did it. Next up, we have Luciano Vieto, a player I'm a big fan of on Ultimate Team, and I'm sure he'll be great in real life for Atletico Madrid. They're trying to strengthen in places where, Mandzukic has gone, and they're doing a good job of it. A young, solid player that can be very exciting. Him and Griezmann up front next year could be a very interesting prospect and will be very fun in Ultimate Team, that's for sure. Atletico Madrid actually becoming a good FIFA team. Next up, we have Jelle Vossen. This is a guy who's had a good season for Middlesbrough in the Championship, and Burnley have done a good thing to pick him up on an undisclosed fee. He's a player that you know can score in the Championship and could be a good player for Burnley next season. The sort of player that they really need, especially with Danny Ings heading out. Once you lose goals, you definitely have to replace him. And last, but most certainly not least, is Simone Zaza, a player that I think is great for Juve. It's one of those players that will be key to the Sassuolo Juve sort of like club link that they have. It'll be very important for both clubs to be doing deals like this, and Zaza is a player that's getting involved in the national side, so with years to come, he could end up being a very good Juve striker, but it does also mean someone's on their way out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Remember to smash that like button if you did. Subscribe to this channel if you're new around here. Have a fantastic day, guys, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!